In the meantime, you could give a little overview about your series, because this is your second focus on the 10 logs piece.
So this is the second in my 10 logs piece of, they're just logs like diary entries. The first one was called 10 Logs of El Dorado, which was about a group of futuristic Detroit engineers who were coming back collecting something for car machinery, and an alien ended up infiltrating, and you see the deterioration of the ship in the first one. The second one involves the alien telling the story as they come back. They've assumed a human form, and nobody knows that the alien actually caused the accident. The alien's mission is to basically take over. So this is from the alien's perspective. This is, I'll do the first log, the first two logs. Log 1, August 16th, 2540. How foolish humans are, how utterly stupid. Their blind devotion to lies and deception, their fear of conjuring the truth. Anything could be expounded by anyone, and within moments, a trail of disciples would agree on its importance, without begging for an ounce of proof or confidence. To them, what is before their eyes bears the sum of reality, and that is how I got them on my side. The moment I arrived, bruised and battered, by my own hands, of course, there appeared a sea of sympathy emerging from their disgusting earthly faces, their sickened arms flailing toward me with kindness, and their foul mouths spouting words of encouragement and support. But once I spoke of what occurred on the El Dorado, this encouragement and support became monumental. It was magnificent, really, watching how intently their eyes stayed upon mine, listening to every gruesome detail, their mouths alternating between absolute horror and fierce fascination. It is like them, you know, to be so marveled by what they deeply hate. And as I produced that salty liquid from my lids, their marvel became complete. Within moments, all the masses, journalists, and heads of state began to cry also. It was a powerful yet ultimately silly scene, almost bringing myself to laughter. Yet I kept my emotional ruin perfected and accepted their rousing applause once I had finished my last sentence. Letting my head down, I felt their intense appreciation of my falsehoods, and down inside knew we had made the right decision to take them over. Soon after, I was swiftly introduced to some of the aforementioned heads of state, all of whom appear like small, anxious rabbits. Tomorrow there will be an event in my honor. I believe they mentioned a medal of honor, if you can imagine. You have saved our military from possible disaster, uttered one of the anxious rabbits. Oh, how little does he know. I write to you now from a very prominent home of one of their diplomats. They have set me up here until tomorrow, when they have promised I am to be given some sort of prominent residence of my own. I must say, if anything, humans do know how to live comfortably. However, it has taken me everything not to eat one of them. I will perhaps eat one of the diplomat's dogs, although I am told they are not as delicious as the ones back home. Well, more tomorrow, my liege. I have become quite accustomed to these sleep cycles they appear so fond of. Yet the most important thing is that it has happened. It has been done, I am here within their borders, and I shall stay until there is no more. Okay, log 2, August 17th, 2540. My goodness, my liege, how easy this shall be. You should see the way they run this place, who they have in charge. It appears most of their governments, for starters, are run by those who are elected by the populace. Can you imagine such foolery? No wonder they're in such a pathetic state. How could anyone rely on the feelings of those who have no concept of rule or order? Also, those who are elected tend to appear, as I mentioned yesterday, like anxious rabbits. There's some kind of popular timidity that appeals to humans, I suppose, in which those who are physically weak and, most surprisingly, immensely aged are the ones who are given the reins to make the rules. How can one put faith in a being who does not even appear as if they could fend off a force on their own? What is the attraction in someone ready for death making decisions that will affect the entire populace? It is as if Earth has purposely set itself up for a takeover, if you must know the truth. It is as if they have been planning their own downfall with delicious and irresistible glee for centuries, eagerly anticipating the end of everything they called home. As the heads of state presented me with the Medal of Honor, they carried the most arrogant and braggadocious grins upon their faces, pleased with their sincerity and goodwill. Though obviously ignorant, they for a moment appeared to be somewhat decent creatures. But as we ate that cold, bland human food, these apparently respected leaders transformed into the horrendous monsters we have always expected. With their slopping mouths, drooling lips, and rolling eyes, they were like goblin babies killing their first hunger, sucking and breathing in all of which lay before them without care of what fell within their laps or upon the floor. It was at that precise moment that I realized they carried no dignity at all, and that their dominance throughout the universe had merely been a fluke. It would not last long, I told myself. It would not be much longer. And what happened after is what shall ensure our triumph. In addition to setting me up in a state of my own, these foolish humans have now appointed me a head position within their global military service. Although the exact title currently escaped me, all their arbitrary titles escape me, they claim that I have tremendous insight and an unwavering bravery that they have not seen in decades, and that apparently they could use such expertise at the top. Once again, I wanted to laugh, but grinned graciously instead. It was the same naive, unsophisticated act I put on with those fools on the El Dorado, but it seemed to work even greater upon these moronic rulers. Like all humans, they needed to feel good about the deeds they were doing. They needed that reassurance that they had done the right thing by giving the cute foreign girl a shot. I don't know how I can ever repay y'all, I told them, choking on fake tears. Just keep us safe from harm, one of them chuckled. Oh, I will, I then said, and they could not hear the lie. Yes, my liege, how easy this shall be.
So I have when you were talking about all of the oldsters who were running the planet, I was like, ouch, ouch.